Hi, my name is Lolita. It's 2 in the morning, and I'm going to talk about the You Marry the Villain to Save Your Kingdom playlist. So it's been a year since this video was pushed by the algorithm, and now it has 2 million views. Thanks. I know some of you might be wondering what my version of the story is. Some are even asking what actually happened in the end. So I decided to make this video as a way to say thank you, I guess. I came up with this idea when I was watching Pirates of the Caribbean, and it was at that scene where Elizabeth has just agreed to marry Norrington in order to save Will. But then I thought, what if the stakes were actually higher than that? Character number 1, we have the princess. The princess doesn't have a name for some reason. I just didn't feel like giving her a name. Feel free to use your own name as the princess. So the princess is your typical well-bred royalty, dutiful daughter, groomed to be the perfect queen, though not for her own kingdom, because she's female. Such is the way of the world in this story. Obviously, she's an heir to the throne, but she's unlikely to inherit. She's a spare heir in case something happens to her brothers. Or, she's someone you sell to another noble for power, I suppose. She's actually pretty good with her duties, but she does have psychopathic tendencies. Now, she's not a psychopath, but she could be, I mean, there are people in real life with psychopathic tendencies, but don't actually qualify as an actual psychopath. She's kind of like that. She's fucked in the head. She has this darkness inside of her that I haven't explored yet. But she likes being a royal. She's accepted her fate that she's going to be sold to, I don't know, a prince, a king, or whatever. In fact, she thinks that if she just sticks to the plan that's been mapped out for her before she was even born, then she's gonna be fine. Probably. She likes to have a system in order to stop herself from derailing from sanity, something along the lines of that. So she's not I wish I were a commoner so I could marry my lover kind of gal. She actually loves being a princess and all of the privileges that come with it because she's aware, she's aware that she has all of the things that she does because she is a princess. And she doesn't plan on losing any of that, not even for anyone in particular. Okay, not that this is part of her personality, but she has a lover. I haven't decided who yet. I was thinking a bodyguard. Definitely someone prepared to kill for her should the need arise. Character number 2, of course, the villain. And the villain's name is Theo. I don't know what to say. So I was cleaning in my yard, right, one day, and I thought, okay, I need to give a name to the villain. I told myself, first name that you can come up with, that's the name, that will be the name. And then I thought Theo. For some reason, I thought Theodore. We're just gonna have to live with the fact that the villain's name is Theo. So Theo. So the villain is a powerful figure who takes whatever they want, just because they can, sometimes to prove a point. Generally because it's fun. At least that's their idea of fun. He has no royal blood, but he does have some kind of ability that makes people fear him, that makes him powerful. I haven't figured out yet what the specific ability is because I haven't decided what the magic system of this world is. So feel free to make your own magic system. He's not fucked in the head, but he's been through a lot. Like a lot of traumatic shit. A lot of fucked up things. So even though he's sane, even though he's stable, mentally speaking, it is safe to say that his soul has been corrupted. So he has that going on for him. The thing is, he is a necessary evil. As much as the people and the princess want to get rid of him, they can't because they know that he's the one who's keeping them alive. Now, obviously in this story, there's a bigger conflict at play here. It's not just that he's the bad guy and he's doing whatever he wants. There's a bigger issue here. I don't know what exactly it is. Whatever that thing is, it's threatening everyone, and Theo is there to keep them safe from that thing, if that makes sense. So this is difficult, right? Because You want to get rid of the bad guy. You want to get rid of the villain. I mean, I don't, but they do. You want to get rid of this one thing that's fucking everything up. But you can't do that without fucking everything up. So yeah, that's something everyone has to deal with. He also has a loyal army backing him up for some reason. They have this sense of loyalty to the villain because Theo has somehow earned their trust and loyalty. Because Theo is not a one-dimensional character, he does have redeeming qualities. Okay, we're moving on to the plot. But before anything else, I just want to clarify that the plot I'm about to say is not the full story. There are obviously going to be more elements, more characters, but for the sake of this video, I'm going to be talking about the significant things that happened in relation to the playlist. Okay, first song, Red Right Hand. So there's a new player in town. He's terrorizing / conquering kingdoms because of his newfound abilities. Now, he wants to be a legitimate ruler, so he seeks to marry into nobility. So he has that going on for him. Now, our princess is sent as sacrificial lamb / hostage to appease the villain. The marriage is going to secure the alliance between the remaining kingdoms and the villain's growing empire. So they made a deal, right? So the remaining kingdoms that has not been touched by Theo, they gathered together, they decided that, okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna cut a deal with him to save what's left. And that's the agreement. She's not bitter about the setup because literally she was raised for this. It's just that in this certain circumstance, it's more complicated because of the external factors that are happening. But yeah, she's fine. She's kind of scared, but like, who wouldn't be, honestly? Right? Here's something though. Her family deliberately chose her to be the one to marry the villain because they know something is wrong with her. I mean, her family raised her, so they know. It's just that she's not a priority, so they're saying it's a you problem, not a me problem. They're confident that she, out of all the candidates, can handle it. They be like, wish her luck? No, honey. Wish Theo luck. The point that I was trying to convey here is that there is a backstory to the villainy of Theo. He wasn't just born that way. A lot of things that happened in his life that led to who he is right now. He had to make some difficult choices. He had to go through a lot of things that helped him become who he is right now. It's a brutal, fucked up world that he'd been in. So the princess is comforted by the fact that she's not gonna be harmed because she is needed to produce heirs. I mean, that is literally their job as a royal, especially as a reigning monarch. You have to produce heirs. She knows. I mean, she's prepared for it. And again, she is a hostage. So if anything happens to her, then, you know, what would be the point of it all? There's going to be another war. The kingdoms will have reason to attack because that is a breach in their agreement. It will start another war. That would be another bloodshed in case that happens. So she's not too worried about that. So Theo is enchanted by the princess. It's not emotional, but he can't deny that she has a pull on him. He just knows that there's something about her that draws him in like a magnet. He doesn't know what it is, but he knows it's there. And Theo is the kind of person who doesn't want to deny those things. I suspect that it's the sadistic part of him that's enjoying this setup. But joke's on him. Spoiler alert, it's not gonna end well for him. So she knows that Theo knows that she's not exactly as good and pure and innocent as she is presenting despite her breeding. She's plotting and scheming. She's thinking, well, if this is going to be the rest of my life, I might as well try and make something out of it, gain a little bit of control maybe. She's going to find a way to get rid of him because, again, that is a big conflict, and she's gonna make sure that he won't see it coming. And we'll see how that plays out for her. So he's keeping eyes on her, spies everywhere, aside from the fact that obviously he just can't trust her right away. He genuinely wants to satisfy his curiosities. And him being him, he doesn't necessarily have boundaries. He has trust issues, I suppose, as anyone with that kind of power should have. So he's a stalker, basically. But in this scenario, it doesn't look creepy. It just seems inappropriate because of the power dynamics between the two of them. Again, she's not like other girls. She's fucked in the head. Again, she's fucked in the head. That's basically her personality. She's fucked in the head. And without the pressure of being the perfect princess, she starts to unravel. Sure, she's queen, but she answers to no one. And her husband is, well, not exactly the best influence. This is new to her. In a way, this is her having that kind of freedom that she doesn't want to have, because she knows that if she has that kind of freedom, it's not gonna end well for her or for people around her. So Theo realizes what her game is, but he doesn't care. It amuses him to see her try, as if she could actually destroy everything that he's built so far. He definitely can see right through it. He thinks it's cute for some reason. He's developing feelings. He's fucked, and then they fuck. And so now he's double fucked, if that makes sense to you. Because you have this person that you don't trust, and now your heart or your body is betraying the reasonable part of your mind. So yeah, you have that going on for you. That's Time has passed, and at this point the two have developed this certain kind of relationship. It's not black and white anymore, and whatever she's feeling, she needs to stick to her plan, because this plan, it's just everything. It's not just about her, it's about everything and everyone. Is she too ambitious for her own good? Yes. But then again, she's unhinged. So, who knows where this might go? So the villain shows her that it's okay to be who you are, to be true to yourself, no matter how fucked up that self is. And this is a liberating experience for her, right? Again, she used to have this system where everything stays in order, and now she's just throwing that out of the window. And now she is undone. Because of her new unlocked experiences, she is more ruthless than ever. She is now fully unhinged. Thanks to Theo, she is now capable of actually carrying out her plans. Honestly, this is Theo's fault for encouraging her. Whatever is going to happen to Theo, it's on him. Yeah, he is partially to blame. Theo is liking this color on her. They fuck some more. I mean, by law, they are required to do that. After all, they are a married couple, so. So she is coming down from a high. She doesn't recognize herself anymore. And that's not exactly an easy thing to come to terms with. Has she crossed a line? Has she burned the bridge? She misses her old self. And at this point in the plot, I think this is where she experiences something so terrible, like, I don't know, killing someone maybe, and then not feeling guilty for it. Yeah, you could kill someone and then you could feel bad about that. But not feeling bad about doing something horrible to another human being, yeah, that's pretty fucked up. That really makes you think, what is going on here? What is wrong? It's at that point where you realize that a lot has actually happened in a specific period of time. And you're just looking back and you're realizing how far you've come. And that's not necessarily a positive experience. So I think it's just natural at that point where you ask yourself, am I on the right path? Is this what's supposed to be happening to me? Do I like what is happening to me? Do I like where I am right now in life? She's having a crisis.
You're no good, you're no...
If you've heard that song, obviously they're having a conflict. He finds out that she is actually planning something big and he's just like that Pikachu meme because he knows that she is up to something, but he never really expected her to be competent enough to be a threat to him and to everything that he's built so far. So yeah, again, jokes on him. This is his fault for encouraging her. Naturally, he is enraged. And then, this is a crucial part. This is a part where she finds out his secret. Now she holds the information that could send him to his grave permanently. But there is still that conflict of, if I do this, then the bigger bad is going to happen. But I could get rid of him. But everything's going to be in real worse danger. But at least she knows how to put him down now, you know, in case the situation comes up. So yeah, now you're like, I just want to say I love this song in real life. Okay, so do I want to know? Theo has accepted that he has these feelings for her, right? And even though his attitude towards this is like, you know what? Fuck it. She's my wife. It's not a crime to love your wife. It's actually preferred that you do, even though that's the vibe. He's actually never going to admit that to himself or to anyone else. If he does, he's going to have to kill that person, especially because he doesn't know if she feels the same way. That's gotta hurt his pride, right? His ego. Imagine loving someone and then finding out that they don't feel the same way about you, and you not being used to rejection because you're basically a living god among mortal men. Also, this is just putting him in a vulnerable position because, again, she now holds the secret. She now holds the key to keeping him dead. So, reasonably, you would think to stay away from this person, but you love this person. So, are you just gonna accept that one night you sleep beside your wife and then you're just never going to wake up? There's always that risk. But you love to sleep beside your wife. But that could be the last time that you do that or do anything at all. What's it gonna be? Holding out for a hero, obviously there is a coup. That is what the princess has been planning for a long time now. So there is an attempt to overthrow, to overpower him. And you know, when things get messy, as they should, that is expected of a coup. Things are going to get messy. People are gonna die. It's gonna be blood everywhere. And you love to see that. No, okay, maybe you don't, but I do. I love to see blood. Theo ends up killing her old lover. Big yikes. Because again, this is the person who knows how to put you to death. And now you've enraged her. You've enraged them. And you know what she's capable of, right? At this point, you just know that she's capable of doing things, unspeakable things. And now you've offended them. Even though you love them, you've offended them. And you don't know how they feel about you. Is this the end for you? What you gonna do? My friends, this is a kill or be killed situation now. In case that's not obvious. They try to kill each other. Her, she's just seeing red. Him, well, first of all, he's offended by the coup. I mean, who wouldn't be? Again, he's enraged. Second of all, he's not the kind of person who just goes down without a fight. So they have that. So yeah, now they're both unconscious. Now this is the part that you've been waiting for. What happened? How did it end? What is going on? We need answers. Now, if I'm being honest with you, I intentionally left this part vague because there are a few interesting possibilities and it depends on the characters. Also because I was planning on making a sequel playlist.
And then I didn't.
Okay, what do I mean by that? Well, for one, if I decided that Theo has no redeeming qualities at all, then he had to survive and successfully kill the princess. But if Theo had redeeming qualities, then he had to die. If the princess had completely fallen from grace, nobody dies. But if the princess reciprocates the villain's feelings for her, then they both die. Does any of that make sense? Be aware that as I was making up this story, I didn't do so as a serious writer. I did it for fun and because I was deprived of adventure. I mean, weren't we all? I didn't think this through, okay? So it is messy, naturally. And I didn't actually write this. I didn't go through the process of writing, of making these specific character arcs for them. So I don't actually know what happens. But if I did, I would have known. But since we're all here anyway, I'll tell you what I've decided the ending should be at the time that I did this. I have decided that they're trying to kill each other and it's bloody and it's messy, and if you're watching this scene, it looks like they're both going to die. But they don't. They actually both survive. I'm not going to let them off that easy. When they both wake up from recovery, I am going to make them face the fact that they have fallen for each other and they have just attempted to murder the other. Because if Theo was truly a villain with no redeeming qualities, then killing him off would be lazy. Him dying wouldn't absolve him of his sins. He has to stay alive to correct them. Not even to redeem himself, just to punish him, you know? Because he deserves it. And Girlboss 2.0 now has to live away from the villain, away from Theo. Okay, at this point, she is just unhinged fully. She is now the worst person in any room, now with Theo locked up. Okay, I forgot to mention that the coup has succeeded despite the death of the lover of the princess, and Theo is locked up. They can't kill him because, again, killing him would mean killing everyone and everything else. So they haven't figured out that yet. They need him alive, but they have found a way to subdue him, which is great for them. Bad for Theo, great for them. Girly needs to know what it's like to be touched by evil and survive. Killing her off would just be a waste of character development, aka her descent into madness. She needs to go full evil, you know? Make those who sold her to this life pay. Show them that they made a big mistake when they did that, when they chose her to be the hostage. Okay, remember, Bestie just lost her lover, right? The one person she truly loved, and she just survived a murder attempt herself. That is traumatic. Especially for someone who's not mentally stable, okay? Even to a sane person, that makes you do things you're not supposed to do. So now she's going to make everyone think that she has defeated her husband, which is the ultimate... Shut up, oh my god. Which is the ultimate power move, if you ask me. I mean, people underestimated her. But as it turns out, what didn't kill her actually just made her worse. That was the wrong move for them. Whoever decided that. Yeah, wrong move. So what is the point of this story? There is no point to this story. I did it for fun. A lot of you joined in on that fun. Now everybody's having fun. Well, except for the characters. They're not having fun at all. But we are. So that's something we have in common. We're both having fun. But the serious answer would be that I wanted to explore some concepts, ideas that I have in mind. For one, some people are born evil, but that doesn't mean that they're doomed to be evil for the rest of their life. Two, being evil is a choice. It's not about your circumstances. I mean, it is a little bit, but in the end, it's ultimately a choice. I also wanted to do a different take on the enemies to lovers trope. Dare I say, a more realistic one. I thought about how people would react when put in difficult circumstances and what kind of character that makes them. Because we are consequences of our choices. So, yeah. But like I said, I did this for fun. I didn't think this through. But imagine if I did, though. Should I make this into a book? Look, I'm gonna level with you. I actually have plans to do it. Keyword being plans. Okay, plans change. And if I actually do end up doing it, the story I just told you is not going to be the same. Of course, there are going to be changes, but I know my limitations. Writing is not my major. I am aware that being a writer takes a lot of commitment, a lot of time and energy, a lot of practice, a lot of self-discipline, and a lot of mental stability. To be completely honest, I can't say for sure that I have the stamina for that, but I am trying. So, see you in 4 years for my book tour, I guess. Lol, peace out, bye.